What is up, Brews and Ball fam? We are back. NFL is so close. Let's start talking. My name is Matt. This is David.
I'm Dave. I've been away for a while. We haven't been streaming for a while, and this is the I think this is the episode that's going to bring us back into this football season.
Yes, sir. Hey, David. So I already screwed up. I got a new laptop, and I was playing with it all night last night, and it's about to die. So let me go get the battery charger real quick.
All right,
My bad. It just popped up.
you're good.
Yeah, I thought I turned it off last night, and I think I definitely just I didn't turn it off. We just got this guy. This guy just came in yesterday.
Oh.
All right, I'm back on. Sorry about that. Plugged in now.
All right, you're good. All
Yeah.
right, so let's start off the show by let's talk about the power rankings. I know there's some debate around that in the NFL, especially on X. A lot of people didn't like who was number one. So let's start talking about that.
Yeah, Baltimore Ravens came in at number one. Again, I don't hate the Ravens being at one. If to take completely full bias out, you would, in my mind, I do think it has to be Philly. But
Why?
it's when you go from we were talking about this yesterday too, Dave, about how the defense wasn't as good for the Ravens for the whole season that we talked about last year. I think if you go defense for defense, I think as a whole, I think Philly has an edge slightly coming into this year. Why are you shaking your head now?
Nah, keep going. Good.
All right. Obviously, running backs are a wash. The quarterbacks are a landslide. I think receivers, like just wide receivers, that's not a wash. I mean, that's a landslide for Philly. Philly has the edge on that side. I think O lines are a wash for the most part. I think Philly's O line is slightly better. I just feel like I don't know how the Ravens defense is going to be next year. Because they were so shaky last year. They were very inconsistent, especially to start the season. And the secondary wasn't. The secondary was what, dead last year almost.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So that's how it got. And I think what hurts, and again, I think on the offensive side of the ball, I do think the running backs are a wash. But if I had to pick between Henry and Saquon, I'm obviously on Saquon. I feel like not by a landslide. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if you were building a team and them both are available, you're probably going Saquon healthy over Derrick Henry healthy.
Yeah, but you said by a landslide.
No, the receivers are by a landslide.
Oh.
Yeah. The receivers, the Ravens in my mind has a very mediocre. I mean, they're an average to maybe above average receiver core.
Yeah, they're kind of average.
I mean,
really, all we have are Zay Flowers,
and Bateman and D Hop and Wallace.
Yeah. Not really too many. There's no big names except for D Hop, and he's kind of out of his prime. So
not even big name. It's like, would you even consider Zay Flowers a top 20 wide receiver in the league?
Yeah.
I could probably almost name 20 receivers that are probably better.
I don't think you can.
I think I can. I think there's a couple teams that have multiple wide receivers on their team that are better or slightly better.
I don't think so.
Okay. Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Puka, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I would probably take Pickens over. I think Pickens has more tangibles than Zay.
That's an opinion. So
I take Mike Evans. right now
Hmm.
over Zay. I'd take a healthy Chris Godwin over Zay.
No, no.
Yep.
See, you're saying healthy. You can't can't say, oh, they're healthy, so I'm gonna take them.
Well, then
Nah,
Mike Evans
nah.
wasn't healthy all last year either. Then you can't say Mike Evans.
He still hit 1,000 yards. I'd rather have Mike Evans.
Okay. I'd rather take Tyreek Hill.
I'd take Tyreek.
I'd probably take Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice.
I think
Nah,
Rasheed
he
Rice is a
can't stay
better wide
healthy.
receiver. Huh?
Can't stay healthy.
Okay. I guarantee if you sat down and you listed out all the wide receivers, all right, if he is top
Mhm.
20, then he's 15 to 20 for
Yeah,
Zach.
yeah. He's like 15 to 20. Yeah, I
So
didn't say he was like top 10 or top
yeah,
5.
or even like Terry McLaurin. I'll probably take Terry McLaurin over as
Yeah, I
well.
would take Scary. Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
take Scary Terry over him.
you got Jefferson. I probably I'd entertain the argument for Addison.
Nah,
I think
nah.
Addison's a better wide receiver. I think Zay's more. I'm gonna be honest, and this is unpopular opinion, but
He's a better route runner
I think
than
Bateman has more. I think he has more tangibles I like over Zay. Like Zay's more of a speedster guy.
I don't know. I think Zay's a better overall receiver than Bateman is, and
No,
Bateman will ever be.
no,
Bateman's not all
Bateman.
that. There's a reason he's not healthy. He was healthy for what, the first time this year?
Yeah, I'm saying when you look at the tangibles of a wide receiver, he has better tangibles.
Yeah, Zay has better tangibles. Yeah.
No, Bateman has better tangibles than Zay.
Hell no.
Yes, he's
Hell
bigger,
no.
he's stronger. Yes, 100%. But I don't
Hell
want to get
no.
off track. But like when you think about all the top contending teams,
Mhm.
besides obviously Buffalo, um, and maybe Kansas City, I'd argue that the receiving core is the reason out of all contending teams for the most part. So
Yeah. So
that's kind of
what?
where I'm at with that.
Let's go back to the power rankings. What makes Philly like better than Baltimore? Because Philly lost a lot of key players on defense.
Well, I mean, they
Like
drafted.
half their defense is gone.
I mean, this. I mean, they drafted phenomenally, and a lot of them young guys stepped up last year. And you're ideally hoping that them year one guys take that year two step, or I mean, at least don't fall off from what they did last year. You know, they're two rookie. Not even talking about this Dijon. The other rookie cornerback as well too.
Yeah,
It's
he was pretty good.
they both had really good years last year. So I mean,
But there's no what Brandon Graham.
yeah.
He's gone.
No, not Grant. No. The other guy they got. I thought they had two rookies last year.
No, not rookies. The oh shit, not rookies. The DT nose tackle.
I mean, yeah,
Like their front line, like defensive line is gone.
they always have a good defense line. They always find a way to make it work.
I don't know, dude. I don't think
They lost, here we got comment here.
Milton Williams.
Yeah,
I don't know. On paper, Philly does not look as good as Baltimore does. Defensively, offensively, they have the wide receivers. Running back, it's pretty close. Quarterback,
Lance
Lamar
Allen.
Jackson's better than Jalen Hurts. We can all agree to that.
I think the O line's better.
Offensive line's pretty close. I still think. Well, the thing is, between these two quarterbacks, no matter how bad their offensive line is, they can run around and
Yeah,
kind of just make plays happen. More Lamar Jackson than Jalen Hurts can,
yeah.
but we're used to seeing Lamar run all the time, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Ravens' offensive line. I don't like Ronnie Stanley. He kind of folds a lot. Um, I did like Rosengarten. He was pretty good, especially
Yep.
against Miles Garrett last year.
I really like Rosengarten a lot. I think he's going to be a stud.
Um, the Ravens have I'd say a top 2 center in the league. Um, their guards are
Shaky.
always a mix and match because I don't think any of the Ravens guards have played a full season. just because of being taken out and like replaced throughout the year.
We got two more comments, Dave.
Yeah, let's show that. A for Sports says, I feel like Jalen Hurts needs a good line without 5 seconds in the pocket. Every play, his arm will get exposed. And I think Jalen Hurts has a pretty good arm. He
Yeah,
showed it towards the end of the year. Obviously, during the season, they didn't throw as much.
but
Um, that was obviously a Sirianni game plan issue,
yeah,
and they were that was their problem in the beginning of the year is that they couldn't chemistry wise they couldn't get down to a game plan.
yeah.
Um, but I remember last year you weren't high on Jalen Hurts at all.
Till the
You
end of the
hated
season.
him. You
Yeah,
thought he sucked. You were like, he's gonna fold. He doesn't have an arm. And then in the playoffs, he showed out. He had a couple 200-yard games, throwing for like 40 times a game. Like he balled out.
yeah. I think he had moments in the playoff. Like he had big throw moments.
Yeah,
Where,
big throw
like
moments, especially
we,
like sideline throws that were
yeah,
crucial.
it was really that Washington game that really kind of set it up. Kind of like I don't know if you. I remember it clear as day that AJ Brown pass he had on the sideline
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of start the
that's
game.
the exact play I'm talking about.
Yeah, so like that's why I was kind of critiquing him all hard all year last year. And like literally right before that game, I was like, I need to see him throw more. And then he had an awesome throwing game against Washington, I think. And then obviously Kansas City, he made big throws
Hey,
too.
First Sports says Lamar could have 5 of him blocking, and he'll still be good because of his legs, and that is 100% true.
Yeah,
I think, and that's why the quarterback talk between Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. Like, well, you mentioned landslide. I don't think you mentioned it for them, but I do think it's a landslide. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Lamar Jackson is 20 times the quarterback Jalen Hurts is.
And I definitely think it's a
Jalen
landslide.
Hurts is in a great situation. He has a decent head coach, a decent front office, and his O line's good. He has a top wide receiver duo in the league. The best running back in the league right
Yeah,
now. He had a great defense last year. All the cards were laid out for the Eagles to win last year.
yeah.
Not saying Jalen Hurts didn't play his part, but that was a super team.
Well, you remember I was talking about it when we were talking yesterday. When we do like quarterback rankings, obviously I'll do a top 10, I'll do a top 15, top five, whatever. Um, But I look at quarterbacks kind of like how I look at the Olympics, and you have a gold, bronze, and silver kind of. After that, everyone else kind of just is whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll still rank you, but I really just you only have three elite guys in my league in my mind.
Yeah,
That's how I look. I treat it like that. If that makes sense. Like, hey, if I want to have a fourth, like they talk about like how it's a like we both agree there's a big three in the NFL. But then
yeah,
people want to add Joe Burrow and say that's the fourth. Now they say Jalen Hurts. Now they say JD5. Um, like I said, everyone's really we're in an era where almost all quarterbacks are good. Like there's really only five bad quarterbacks maybe in the league that are bad.
yeah,
So it's like Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I just can't put him in that
yeah.
Lamar
He's not in
conversation.
that tier. So
Yeah,
if you could tiers, there's tier one, which is Lamar, Patty, and Allen. And then you drop down to tier two, and you have Hurts, Burrow, and
JD5, Matt Stafford.
JD5.
So, but yeah, no. But no, I agree with you. I mean, like I just, but how shaky the defense was for the Ravens last year, with all the names you had, still, I want to
Yeah.
see it. I want to see it last as
Well, I think that was
a high
also
level
a
defense.
coaching issue.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
there was a lot of coaching issues. I thought offensively there was some coaching issues last year to start the season off too.
yeah, we started off 0-2, and it sucks because there were flashes the first two games where you saw the offense rolling, and then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like I say, they showed up for the first half of the game and they leave the second half.
Yeah.
Hey First Sports says, you guys think JD has a repeat year with the Commanders, or does he regress a bit like Stroud? Um, hmm.
Can I take this one real quick?
Yeah, yeah, good.
I don't think he regresses like Stroud because I don't think it was necessarily a regression issue for Stroud last year. I think he had so many team deficiencies. Like his O line was horrendous last year. All three of his wide receivers missed big chunks of the season. Like between the Diggs injury, the Nico injury, the Tank injury, he had a lot of stuff against him last year, in my mind. Defense played great, but the O line was horrendous, and a lot of the receivers were in and out the rotation all year. So I don't like to say that CJ Stroud necessarily regressed. I think he had a lot of injuries offensively to do it.
Wait. You're talking about Stroud?
Yeah, Stroud.
So he said, does JD 5 have a regress year like Stroud did?
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think Stroud had a
Oh,
individual.
I
That's
think
what
he
I'm
had
saying.
a regress.
I don't think
I think he had a
necessarily
regress
it was
year.
more so Stroud regressed. I think more so the
Oh yeah, it
offense was
was.
decimated from.
Dude, what situation was different for Stroud from his rookie year to this year?
His
Like
O
what
line
what
was
was the
horrendous.
difference?
His O line
He
was
had a horrendous O line his rookie year.
yeah, but statistically it wasn't that big of a drop off. And then
And
and
the
then
wide
also
receivers, when they started, they were nobodies. And guess what? If he didn't have those nobody wide receivers, then there's no difference. He still had wide receivers on the field. What, what we thought last year is that CJ Stroud made these receivers.
yeah. All right. But to go back to and the point I was trying to get to, JD5 won't regress in my mind because I think they did a lot on the offseason to boost that team even more up. I
Yeah,
thought
I think they did great doing that.
they drafted really well. Um, yeah, I really think that JD5 is in a much better situation than
Oh
CJ.
yeah,
So I don't see the regression for JD5.
I also think it's a coaching thing too.
Yeah,
I like what the hell's his name?
and Nico for Houston.
No, the head coach for the Commanders. He was the Dan
Uh,
Quinn.
Dan Quinn. Yeah, Dan Quinn. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
really.
really like Dan Quinn. He seems to figure out and like mold quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Same thing he did with Matt Ryan.
Did he win? Did he win Coach of the Year last year? Or no, who won Coach of the Year last year?
It was the Vikings head coach O'Connell.
All right, I mean, you had so many good head coaches last year. It was
Yeah,
no
there was a lot of
bad year.
surprises in the league.
So,
Nobody
but
thought Washington was going to be good. Nobody thought Minnesota was going to be good. um, who else was a good team that nobody thought? I think nobody thought the Broncos were going to be good.
no, I think the Broncos like really kind of just really just jumped it last year, which is awesome to see. I like
Yeah,
both.
so let's jump back on track with the power rankings.
Yep. So we have
Who's your
Baltimore one.
list? Or are you
Philly
going
has
off
two.
of NFLs?
Yeah. So off the NFL's, Baltimore's one,
Mm-hmm.
Philly's two.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we talked about it how a lot of people were upset with that,
Yeah.
and they could see the flip. Again, I can see the flip. Again, if I'm just trying to take bias out, I still like Philly's roster as a whole better than Baltimore. I'll put Baltimore at two. I don't mind Detroit's at three. I don't mind Detroit being at three. Just how
Detroit at 3.
because I mean you're getting Aiden Hutchinson back.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I can see why Detroit's at 3. They're the exact same team they were last year.
yeah, and we all talk about it. Their offense is a juggernaut. I mean,
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs isn't as good as Saquon and Henry, but Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery are just as effective combined as them two, probably.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's it.
Oh yeah.
I think they arguably have a top 5 to 10 wide receiver duo in the league between
Yep.
Amara and JMO. You have a great tight end. You have a top 5 tight end, even though he's
Mm-hmm.
regressed a little bit, I think, Laporta. But I still
I
put
don't
him
think
at
he was
top 5.
regressing. I think the game plan changed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was a regression. I do think Sam Laporta has a better year than he did last year. I think he only had 700 yards last year. I
Yeah.
do think he goes more towards the 900 yards to 1,000 maybe, but I don't know. I feel like Dan Campbell is this is it. Like, I think this is the last year the Lions are going to be able to compete.
Yeah. I just pulled up Sam Laporta's stats. So it really wasn't a regression. So his first year, 86 receptions for almost 900 yards, 10
Hmm.
touchdowns. Last year, it was 726 yards, but with 26 less receptions and 7 touchdowns. So his average actually was higher this year than last year. He averaged
Okay.
12.1 yards versus 10.3. So
All right.
I think maybe not a regression. Maybe that was wrong for me to say. More so
Well,
just
no,
showing talent.
there was a regression. I
No,
maybe we're speaking off of a fantasy standpoint.
yeah, well, no, not even
Fantasy
just that
football.
too. I think also too is like you have so many mouths to feed, and Jameer Gibbs took a monster step last year
Hmm.
from year one to year two. So someone had to lose productivity somewhere. The ball
Yeah.
is so like Jameer Gibbs went from rookie year 900 yards to sophomore year 1400 yards. You know,
Yeah.
182 carries at 250. So obviously you're upping Jameer Gibbs carries, which means less passing attempts. And there's so many weapons there. Someone's going to lose the ball some. And Laporta's kind of going to be the odd man out, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, Detroit at three. I like Detroit at three. Um, Number four is Buffalo Bills. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't necessarily know if I like them at four. Um, I'd probably
There's
rather,
only one reason they're at four:
yeah, it's the quarterback
quarterback and chemistry.
chemistry.
Chemistry, you could put anybody on that team, and somehow they just make it work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Hate First Sports says, you can put five of him on the O line, and they'll make it work. I promise.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Sean McDermott's a really good coach. I like Sean McDermott, especially defensively. He's one of them guys, kind of like he would get the best out of his players of what he have on the defense.
Yeah,
And Joe Brady's a good offensive coordinator.
yeah,
I think he drew up a really good scheme for Buffalo, which
yeah,
um, I don't want to say be conservative, but not just like Buffalo's biggest issue that they've had over years is no run game, and he's kind
oh
of
yeah.
went to the run game, which and you see a lot more success. And when you have a balanced offense like that, it makes passing a lot easier.
So to speak on the run game real quick, dive into this for a couple minutes. James Cook obviously not getting paid. What does Buffalo do?
I they showed you last year. I think what the last 6 to 8 games a year they started like doing that run committee and started using every running back. And Ray Davis really was effective. They had another guy that was pretty effective, and then you have
Yeah, I forgot
Allen,
his name.
huh?
I said I forgot the other guy's name. I know he got hurt though in a game.
Yeah, but they're all effective. And I think what they're realizing is kind of like we were talking about it the other day too. When you have a mobile quarterback, you can turn an average running back into a good running back, and a
Yeah,
good running back into a great running back. So I mean, as long as you got a mobile guy like Allen in the back, you can take a guy like Ray Davis, who I think is pretty good, and turn him
yeah,
into a really good player. You
yeah.
know what
And
I'm
with
saying? Like,
another comparison to that, that me and you were talking about yesterday, Gus Edwards
yeah,
and Lamar Jackson. Like, why, if Gus Edwards was such a good running back, why isn't he on an NFL team right now?
yeah,
Why did he have such a bad year last year with the Chargers?
yeah. It's when you have that mobile quarterback, it makes it easier for the running back to beat because the defense isn't sure who's going to take the ball.
Yeah, I
And
hear
that's
you.
that's another reason why Derrick Henry had arguably his best season for a while, from a standpoint from a very long time. It feels like
Yeah, I think
last year.
Was out the last 3 years. This was his best year.
Yeah. And then you got to think about it too. Devers, his first year on the team, and we talked about it too. They were very like they didn't understand how many attempts to give him. I felt like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think it was just they were trying to build the chemistry. They
Yeah,
were trying to build up a game plan. That's why they went 0-2. The offense just wasn't clicking. And then after week 2, the offense started clicking, and they just started laying the hammer with Derrick Henry.
yeah, yeah. Um, so that was with him limiting attempts at the beginning of the season. So imagine
Yeah,
if he had the full amount of attempts he had at the back end all year long, he probably would have broke that 2,000 yard.
I think he would have.
That rushing record. He probably would have broke the rushing record.
Yeah, I do think he would have. So when we were talking about Ravens Eagles ranking, we said Saquon and Henry. Saquon is obviously a more athletic running back than
Yeah,
Derrick Henry is. Derrick Henry is kind of like a bulldozer,
he's a
but
downhill.
I feel
Like,
like Saquon at the end of the day has to do more than Derrick Henry has to do on the team, and it showed it last year, and that's why Saquon is just a pinch over Derrick
yeah.
Henry
Well, I
in the
mean,
ranks.
well, also too, Saquon's a better pass catcher than him. But
Oh yeah,
I think that's kind of where the factor that kind of separates him
yeah.
is the pass catching. But back to Buffalo real quick. I don't necessarily like Buffalo at 4 because their defense. I know you said their defense wasn't that bad last year, um, but they pulled up a stat on ESPN. They were like 28th on third down last year and like 24th.
Yeah,
Uh,
I do remember like when I would not watch. I wouldn't like. I don't go out of my way to watch Buffalo games,
yeah,
but the games I did see on TV, they would blow a lot of third down coverages.
yeah,
It was bad. Like you would think, like if Buffalo didn't blow it, like defensively, third down wise,
there'd be good defense. There'd be a good defense.
they, the Bills probably would have gone undefeated.
Yeah, there's again besides the Ravens game, they were in every single loss they had last year.
Yeah,
Like there wasn't a single loss where it was like the team was a landslide better. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like even in the remember like was it they lost to the Rams, right? The defense allowed almost 50 points that game, but the Bills offense put up 40 plus. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Dude, that game
So
against the Rams was insane.
that was an awesome game, man.
And
That
that
because you
was,
remember that was back to back from the Detroit one too. Remember the Detroit was an
yeah,
upper 40-point game too, and that was another shootout game too. So like the defense gave up 100 points in like 3 weeks.
yeah.
So I mean I can't consider that a good defense, regardless of
It's just a couple games. I think overall throughout the season they had a top 10 defense. Their defense kept in it like for 85% of the season. Their defense helped them win games.
I think you're
But
right.
at the end of the day, it's Josh Allen. There's a reason he got the MVP.
Yeah, uh, I think you might be wrong on that one. Um, yeah, I just pulled it up. Total defense, the Bills' total defense was ranked middle of the pack. Um, yeah, they're ranked middle of the pack. They won't actually give me the actual number on it. I would have to count it out, and I don't really feel like counting it out. Yeah, they're towards the end, so they're towards the end of everything on those or middle of the pack all year.
Oh, well, maybe
So
I'm thinking fantasy wise. Oh no, my mindset the last 2 weeks has been fantasy football, fantasy football. I'm in like 20 drafts.
yeah,
I do a lot of best ball this. I did a lot of best ball this year, and
yeah,
I focused a lot on. There's only three defenses I focused on. It was Ravens, Bills, and Steelers defense. I think those three teams are going to have the best defenses in the league this year, fantasy wise.
yeah, yeah. So like red zone, the Bills' defense was ranked 16th, which is middle of the pack.
Yeah,
Third down, the Bills' defense was ranked
and
28th in third down. Um,
that's like a clutch. That's
that's
these
not
clutch rankings.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's that's not good. That's not good.
no, I give it to you. I was wrong.
Yeah,
Those defense were not great last year. Their clutch gene was just not there.
Well, they had a lot of injuries too. I know that too. But I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
but they
but
had some.
that comes with making it work. But Sean McDermott, he made it
Yeah,
work. There's a reason they went as far as they went to the AFC Championship.
yeah. And even in the AFC Championship, it's like when you watch them play, they're a player or two away from winning these games.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, like even this year, like also too, there were some very questionable calls this year in that AFC Championship game too. Um, they did really feel very favored towards Kansas City this year throughout the whole entire playoffs.
yeah. That nah throughout the whole year.
Yeah, but like even like on, I remember that one play where it's like where Allen needed like the 4th and 1 or whatever. I mean, it was like 4th and inches,
Yeah,
and
they didn't give it
he,
to him,
he
right?
got stuffed. There's no way
Yeah,
you're
but
telling
he
me.
got it. I
Yeah,
remember seeing the play. He got the first down,
yeah.
and they said he
But
did it.
but there's no way for you to argue me that a guy, because again, you look at like running quarterbacks, your top two are obviously Lamar and Allen, but
Hmm.
they're completely different running styles. Allen's the type that runs through the pile
Yeah,
kind of, and
yeah,
Lamar's shifty. There's no way
yeah.
you're telling me that a guy like Allen didn't get inches on that play. Even if I
Yeah.
didn't see the play, it's very hard for me to believe he
No,
didn't.
I saw the play and the ball crossed the line,
And that
and I
was,
remember talking about this on an episode we did last year, and I was heated.
yeah, because that was a big play. That would have been a, I mean, that I think that's when they were up by like 2 points too, with like 4 or 5 minutes left or something like that.
Yeah,
And you get that first down, you just run the clock out at that
yeah,
point. I know 4 or 5 minutes is a lot of time still, but with the way they run the ball and the efficiency with like kind of with the 5 yard dinks and stuff, I really feel like they could have ran that clock down, passed the 2 minute warning, and at least got 3 points and maybe hope to make a stop. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Versus giving the ball back to Kansas City in decent field positioning. I don't know, but yeah, I don't like Buffalo at 4 because I don't know how their defense is going to look. Um, and then also um, the receivers are still shaky.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm
yeah.
still
I
kind
don't I don't like the receiving core. The receiving core has upside. I just don't.
yeah.
I can't trust that they're gonna be good.
Like I really like Khalil Shakir, but
I
as a
don't
number
like them.
two, as a number two though, I like him as a number two. Like if you had like a dominant like wide number one, and
Yeah,
Khalil
like how
Shakir is,
Stephon Diggs was.
yeah,
Like if you can get another Diggs, then we can talk about how Buffalo will have a dominant offense.
yeah. And that's the craziest thing too is like even with Buffalo's like weak receiver core, they still went on like a 10 game stretch where they averaged 30 points a game.
Yeah, I think that was more of a rushing aspect
Yeah, but
because
I mean their
James
offense is
Cook had
still
14 touchdowns, and I think not Lamar, fucking Josh
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, Allen
He
had like
had
12 or something, I think.
yeah, so they had 20 touchdowns on the ground just between those two,
Yeah,
and Josh Allen only had 24 touchdowns passing. It was something
no,
like
he had.
that,
I think he had more than that, but I mean,
or
the point I'm trying
28.
to make
I
is,
think it was 28.
the point I'm trying to make is that their offense was very dominant still, even without the pass effect. So if you add that pass, like that receiver in, um, that's a difference maker. And yeah, it was 28 touchdowns. I just looked it
28.
up, and I think that was also lastly before we go off of Buffalo. I think what helped Buffalo was the ball control with obviously Josh Allen. He didn't turn the ball over really at all
Yeah,
last
he
year.
did that well this year. He definitely played more of a safe ball, not Superman. Obviously, he put on the cape when he had to,
Yeah,
and he didn't turn the ball over. So hopefully, for Buffalo's case, he keeps that up. Can he keep it up? I have to see more from him.
yeah,
He only plays again. He only played against like 13 teams last year. So you play against the same team twice.
yeah.
That's not a whole lot of reps to solidify that he's not going to turn the ball over again like he used to.
Yeah, and last year was his lowest passing touchdown since sophomore year, so
And it's
28.
because he's playing safe ball.
Yeah, but his passing yards are still good. They're still around 4,000, which is still good. And then I think he ran the ball a lot more this year.
Yeah, he did. I believe he did.
So again, like one last quick thing before we go too much on the next team, and I think I talked about this before. So last year he had 500. He carried the ball 102 times for 531 yards. And he had 12 touchdowns last year and one. He only had one fumble, too.
Uh-huh.
So like he had what? So he had 40 total touchdowns and 7 total turnovers.
Hmm.
So that's winning football. But real quick, I wanted to talk about this. I want to ask your opinion on this too. Um, so if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the goal is that he will at some point, at least one. And
Hmm.
if Allen wins at least a Super Bowl and maybe another MVP, is it a crazy take to say that we're arguably in probably one of the best quarterback football eras? And what I mean by that is, like when they both, if they both get Super Bowls and Allen gets another MVP to kind of match Lamar with least two, I think from a stats, accolades, all that type of stuff, all three of them are going to be top 15 quarterbacks all time. If I had to
Yeah.
run
Yeah. I mean,
him and
if
Patty, including Patty, that's what I mean. Like them three in
so,
general.
right now I was looking at the Hall of Fame. There's a site you can go to, and it'll tell you each player's track to the Hall of Fame, like what they need, like not what they need to get in, but what they have and how far away they are from being able to enter the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
No questions asked.
yeah,
Lamar's definitely higher than Josh Allen on that list. I think a Super Bowl definitely throws him in there, and it could possibly throw him into a top five quarterback spot because his accolades are very similar to Aaron Rodgers.
you were talking about Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So his accolades are very similar to Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know about you, but in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers is top five quarterback of all time.
Yep.
And I think he will surpass because of his skill set. I think he'll surpass Aaron Rodgers and take claim that five spot.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has the same. I mean, honestly, he could do it too. Me
He
and you
has all
both.
the stats.
Yeah, yeah, he has all the stats.
It's just
Lamar Jackson is definitely still more talented in different ways than Josh Allen is. Just like how Josh Allen has a stronger arm
yeah,
and he can plow through players. That's pretty much the difference.
yeah,
And if Allen can get a Super Bowl, he can get another MVP or two. He will be in that talks. But for right now, I do believe we are in an era where we are witnessing three of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
yeah. And I think it's awesome. I really, I think this is the most, and they're still young. They're still in their 20s. I
Yeah,
think Patty might be almost 30, but like in today's football, like a quarterback can play till 40 easily if you're talented.
yeah. If you're taking care of yourself too. I
Yeah,
mean, we talk about as an example, we talk about running backs' health. They only last 5 years. There's a reason Derrick Henry's still in the NFL. It's because he takes care of himself.
yeah. And like Allen, for example, is someone who has not been that injured as well either. And Lamar's had a couple nicks here and there, but nothing severe. So like they've been lucky with
Yeah.
no massive injuries either.
And I think it's they also when they both run, they don't get hurt.
No,
Lamar's never been hurt running.
yeah,
Josh Allen's never been hurt running.
no.
And when people say, "Oh, he's a running quarterback," there's a higher chance of him getting hurt. Dude, no quarterback has ever gotten hurt running out of the like running.
You've gotten hurt more in the pocket than you do outside the pocket.
You get hurt more in the pocket because you're standing there and you're hoping your offensive line doesn't collapse, and then when it does, you get hit and you land the wrong way. You got a 300-pound guy landing on your leg.
Yeah. Like I think when you're out of the pocket, you're prepared to get hit. When you're in the pocket, your mindset is I'm not the
Yeah,
probability you're not as prepared to get hit if that makes sense.
yeah.
But you know you're getting hit once you come out of the pocket.
But yeah, the Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, they're a few accolades away from being top five, top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah. All right, let's move to number 5 now. Kansas City Chiefs. Um, let's be honest. The biggest reason why they're there is because the defense, Andy Reid, and that's pretty much and Patty. That I mean,
Yeah,
like, there's nothing really crazy on the offense. I saw a report. Apparently, Andy Reid came out and said Pacheco is looking tremendous in camp right now. I'll believe
I
it
don't
when I
believe
see it.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to see it in the season to believe it. Um,
I don't think Pacheco's a hard runner, but I don't think he's really had a good season since being in the NFL.
no, he hasn't had an outstanding like out of the like a season where it's like, man, that guy is a guy.
Like, there's a reason. Like, I know Pacheco got hurt last year, but there's a reason they kept Kareem Hunt the starter when Pacheco came back.
Yeah,
Because
well,
Kareem Hunt is the better running back, in my opinion.
yeah, Kareem Hunt's more versatile too. I think.
But they don't have wide receivers like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, again, Rasheed Rice is coming back healthy, but you don't know how the NFL is going to treat if he's going to get suspended. How long he's going to be suspended, but the question is how long.
Yeah.
Is it going to be? Is it going to be 6 games? Is it going to be 8 games? Is it going to be 4 games? What exactly is the suspension going to look like? Um, Xavier Worthy looked really good towards the back end of the year. I thought.
Like Xavier Worthy, but he the Ravens and Chiefs wide receiver core are very similar.
Yeah,
Like, they're extremely similar. Like, you can compare them easily. You got Rasheed Rice to Zay Flowers, or you can say Xavier Worthy or Rasheed Rice to Bateman, and
yeah.
then you got their
You got
Hollywood
Hollywood
to
Brown.
D Hop.
Yeah. They're very on the same. That's why I was talking about earlier. I think receiving core wise, the only teams that are like as shaky or not as great are Buffalo and Kansas City when
Yeah.
compared to the Ravens. So
Um,
I don't know. I think, and then I don't know.
they
I
still have
just
Travis
don't
Kelsey.
necessarily. Huh?
I said the Chiefs still have Travis Kelsey,
Yeah.
and they
And
have a good O line.
Travis Kelsey. I mean, for him, it was a down year, but it was still a good tight end year. I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree 100%. Just like with Mark Andrews, it was a down year, but he led the tight ends and touchdowns.
Yeah.
Still
His
had a great year.
So like his touchdown rate was low. He had 3 touchdowns, but he still had
Yeah,
almost 900 yards.
yeah. He was getting fed the ball.
Yeah. So I mean, and he's a safety net. That's really what he's there for. And then he makes the plays. The thing you have Kelsey too is like he can be. There's been seasons where you've seen him be like kind of like low for his standard for the season. But what makes Kelsey great is that he picks it up once the playoffs start. Like
Yeah,
he's a clutch guy to go to during the playoffs.
yeah,
But yeah, having Kansas City at 5, I don't really. They're there because their defense is really good. I think they added more to the defense this offseason. Um,
yeah. I don't remember who they picked up. I've kind of been like out of the mix for NFL because
yeah,
of being busy. I haven't really
yeah.
been paying attention.
But and then in my mind, Andy Reid is arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, hands
I
down.
think I think Andy Reid can almost win with anybody. Um, and
I
not to
wouldn't
take
say
away from
that.
almost
Well,
anybody. That's why I say almost. Like if you take the top 15 quarterbacks in the league, he's winning from 1 to 15.
I mean, we saw him have a top 15 quarterback in Alex Smith, and he wasn't winning.
I mean, but from a talent standpoint, I don't know. I feel like if you go with all the guys you have now in the top 15, I think you're winning. I think if you have
Yeah,
Justin Herbert, you win with him. I think Jalen Hurts, you win with him. Joe Burrow, obviously, you win with him. Lamar, you win with him. Allen, you win with him. I even think Baker, you can win with a guy like Baker, because
yeah,
I think Andy Reid is a better head coach than the head coaches that Baker has had. If that makes sense. Jared Goff, I think you can win with Jared Goff with Andy Reid. Maybe not a Super Bowl, but I mean when I say win, I mean winning season, like at least
oh yeah, he's had winning seasons without
any.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. So I mean, like I think you can if you can win. If Patty Mahomes is supposed to be considered a top 3 quarterback of all time, and that means that tells me I really think Andy Reid can win with an average quarterback 10 games
Yeah,
a year. I think a big part of Patty's success is also Andy Reid. Not to take away from Patty, but again, I don't know if we have the same conversation about Patty if he's somewhere else with a different head coach. I think he's still a great quarterback, but I don't think he's a top 3 all-time quarterback numbers.
yeah. I still think talent wise, Pat Mahomes presents like he's just a talented quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. I just
You
don't
know,
think he's.
His versatility is insane.
I just don't think he's in the top 3 all-time conversation without Andy Reid.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing about Super Bowls. It's at the end of the day, football is a team sport, and you can't win with just one person. Everybody has to come together. The Eagles proved that this year.
Yeah,
Everybody was on the balls to the wall. Like everybody was up there, good. Everybody's head was straight, and that's why they won.
yeah. So yeah, I don't like them at 5. So let's go to 6. Denver Broncos. I like Denver
Uh,
at. You think they're too high?
I think they're just slightly too high. I can name two teams that I would probably put above them.
Is it Washington and the Rams?
It's Washington, but not the Rams.
Who else?
Chargers.
Yeah, I could see the Chargers argument too.
Don't get me wrong, Broncos, they surprised everybody. They have a young team now, and it's working for Sean Payton.
Yeah, I think again with Sean Payton being the coach, I think Bo Nix is proving a lot of people wrong because there's a lot of like kind of I don't want to say negativity, but a lot of people had low expectations for Bo Nix coming into the league.
Yeah, because so Bo Nix in college, he was more of a system quarterback,
Yeah,
and it showed in his stats because every year they changed the system, and he played differently every year. There was never two solid seasons for Bo Nix where you were like, oh, he's the guy. No,
yeah.
and
Now,
I'm a Ducks fan. He went from playing in Auburn to Oregon, and his first year in Oregon, he had like a shitload of rushing touchdowns. Second year, I think he only had two,
yeah,
so he wasn't running the ball as much because the system did change.
yeah. I can see that. And then the other problem that people had too is like usually when quarterbacks are that old coming into the league, because remember he was an
Yeah,
older last year, so
yeah. What is he? 25,
24, I think.
24. I
Yeah,
mean, all the quarterbacks coming in now are like 24. Like
yeah,
Michael Penix is that old.
yeah. I know, but I'm just saying is like a lot of your top elite guys are young, like came in
Yeah,
young. I mean, again, a lot. He played a long time in college, so
yeah. Joe Burrow came in at 24.
yeah. Did he come in at 24?
I'm
But
pretty
I know
sure he
that
came
was a
in at
knock. I know
24.
that was a knock for Bo Nix as well. Was that he was an older quarterback.
Yeah, no, I heard that too.
Joe Burrow is 28 now, so he's been in the league what for 5 years?
Yeah, something like that.
So 5 or 6? No, probably probably longer than that. Everything's like kind of fading how long these guys have been in the league. So he's been in since 2020. So he's
5
28
years.
now. He came in at like 23.
Yeah, I mean, pretty
Still older.
close.
Yeah, still older. Yeah.
um, what was I gonna say? Oh, Broncos defense is good.
Yeah.
I think the problem with the Broncos was their offense. Bo Nix is a good quarterback. He proved he was a good quarterback. Obviously, he was very shaky in the beginning of the year,
Mhm.
but they worked with it. Ended up making a playoff run, one and done, but still made it to the playoffs. They proved that they are going to be held to play against next year. Um, Wide receivers, Cortland Sutton. That's it.
Yeah. You
I
got a lot of
mean,
prove it guys. Like Marvin Mims Jr. is supposed to become pretty good.
I don't think so.
Um, they're saying Pat Bryant. Don't sleep
I
on
like
Timothy
I
Samuel.
like I like Pat Bryant.
Pick him up if you're in a dynasty league. Pick him up and stash him in that in
And
the taxi because they were saying that he has like
wide
similar.
receiver one potential.
But they compared him to Michael Thomas in his prime. That's
Yeah,
kind of his
I like
similarities.
Pat Bryant. When Sean Payton, I like Sean Payton's like mind when he drafts.
Yeah.
Like he just drafts very well.
Um, one
Um,
thing one thing that they did on the offseason that I liked a lot though, they went and got Evan Ingram.
yeah, I was going to mention that tight ends. They didn't have any. Now they have Evan Ingram. Um, I don't believe Evan Ingram came off of an injury. I think it was just the quarterbacks were hurt.
No, he had an injury last year.
He was injured.
Yeah,
Okay.
he only played 9 games.
Okay.
Um, but that's the point I want to get to. Like, he has been fairly, when you look at his career, he's been fairly injury prone. Like, not prone, I mean, the opposite. He hasn't been a big injury guy.
Yeah.
And when he's healthy, like the year before that, he came off his best year at 143 targets, almost 1,000 yards, and 114 receptions. I, I
Mm.
think I think Evan Ingram, when healthy, and I think last year was his first big unhealthy year. I think there's an argument to say that he's in the top 10, but he's right outside the top five. Like
Yeah.
he's at like the 6, 7, 8 spot.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So they definitely did right with tight end. The offensive line isn't bad. It showed that it can collapse at times, and that was a problem for Bo Nix last year. He was always running.
yeah.
I don't know if they did anything about that, but if they didn't, they need to fix that, and they need a running back
Well,
because
I thought they did good with running backs too. They're saying RJ Harvey's supposed to be really good. Like he
yeah,
should be an addition. And
yeah,
again, J.K. Dobbins is an injury thing for him, but we know what he does when he's healthy. Um,
yeah,
so I think they did the best they could at the running back
yeah,
spot.
yeah. I'm not banking on J.K. playing a full season. R.J. Harvey is definitely a great running back. I think he had the most scrimmage yards last year in college.
Mm-hmm.
It's between him and Caleb Johnson, but I think drafting him was a good move for them.
Yeah. So for rankings, let's just go over the seventh team and we'll move to the next topic. 17th Washington Commanders at 7. I know you're saying you could see them being higher. I like Washington Commanders. I'm high on them this year. I
Yeah, JD5 had the best rookie year we've ever seen. I mean, we said that 2 years ago with CJ Stroud too, but
Yeah.
JD5 actually put it on and he made a I want to say deep playoff run, but he won a game and then he ended up folding to the Eagles, but it was still a shootout.
Yeah, but even that game too, it's like I remember watching it, and they were in the game if it wasn't for stupid bonehead turnovers and mistakes and stuff like.
Yeah,
It felt like in the first half of the game they got within striking distance, and then they would miss a field goal or they would do something stupid to kind of like something
yeah.
that should be a gimme. I think that's a mixture of having a young team.
Young team, the whole roster was completely brand new. Like
Yeah,
nobody played with each other
um,
before like that year, last year.
yeah, and uh, they made it to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. So, what do you like about uh, Washington? Like, what do you
I,
like that they did on an off season this year? Like, what makes you kind of high on Washington this year?
then they re-signed Bobby Wagner.
Yep,
That was a good move.
that was a good move.
Um, I think I saw they picked up Von Miller. That's also a
Yeah,
good move. Even though health aspect, there's a problem there, but if they can play it right, they can keep him healthy.
yeah.
Their defense is pretty much the same, and it was good last year. I have no problem with it. Their secondary is not bad.
No, Lattimore needs a full. I think Lattimore would be better this year. I think he was
Yeah,
decent last year.
grabbing Lattimore in the middle of the year last year was a good move.
Yeah,
Um, so that's the defense. Offense, I love the JD5 Terry connection. How long that's going to last, we don't know because he's, being a diva right now
he's not being a diva.
with a contract. Yeah,
Dude,
he's a diva.
when you think of Washington, I'm gonna tell you honestly, the only reason why Washington even has been relevant before JD5 was because of Scary Terry.
Yeah, but he just got a contract extension. Now he wants another one.
Yeah, because he wants an actual viable deal. I mean, I can see both sides of it, but again, they put up a stat. Oh, dude, I wish I had that stat on me too. They put up a stat of JD5, like his QBR when targeting Scary Terry versus
Yeah,
not.
it's high.
It's like 120 versus like 91,
Yeah,
and like 11 plus 100 yards of JD5's passing last year was all Scary Terry.
yeah,
I mean,
and his
you take
touchdowns
Scary.
are up there too.
I'll be honest. If Scary Terry doesn't get re-signed, I have no faith in Washington this year. I don't like Washington.
I think they sign him, but I think it's just being approached the wrong way.
No,
But
I think you
we
have to
got
pay.
Scary Terry, Debo Samuel. I don't like the signing.
No, I love the signing.
It's just another diva on the team. Tight ends are good. They have Zach Ertz. It doesn't matter how old he gets, he's still going to be a top tight end in the league. Ben Sano, he was supposed to break out last year, but Zach Ertz kind of just stayed in the mix and claimed his spot as the tight end one. Running backs, I don't like any of the running backs.
No.
I think they're all washed or just not good enough to be in that system, be in that Dan Quinn running back system.
No, I think so. Again, I think Eckler's skill set fits it, but he just passes his time. Like if you had
Yeah.
Eckler in his prime, he fits
Oh,
their
yeah.
system perfectly
Eckler in his prime was a top 3 running back in the league.
because his pass catching really.
Yeah.
It was really because of his pass
Yeah.
catching, which is kind of what you need in that offense. Brian Thomas does not fit that offense at all.
Mm-mm.
And I don't like Brian Thomas either that much.
I liked him when he came into the league, but he just can't get his footing down.
Can't get his footing down, and he doesn't fit the offensive scheme. He's not a pass catch guy.
Yeah.
And that's what Cliff Kingsbury, how do you pronounce his last name? I'm drawing a blank right now. That's his thing. He likes a lot of like the sweep plays. That's why I like the Debo fit. I think Debo fits the offense perfectly, but I don't like Debo as a wide receiver. Does that make sense? Like I don't
Well,
I
the
don't
reason
I'm
I don't
not
like
big on Debo.
the Debo pick is because he wasn't taking care of himself.
Yeah.
He just didn't care, and I feel like that's why they shipped him to Washington. Obviously, he wanted to play there because he's there now.
Yeah.
But I just felt like he didn't care enough about himself. Why even come play?
Yeah, I can see that as one, and also I think again his drama is an issue. I think his play style just fits perfectly. Again, I do not like Debo Samuel as a wide receiver at all, but he fits the system so well there. And I think if you get Scary Terry back, which you should, I think they'll complement each other really well.
Yeah, and I don't. And even then, with Diami Brown, if they can get him into the mix, he wasn't too bad. I mean, when he got the targets, he was catching them.
Yeah, and Diami Brown's supposed to be, he was projected to be a really good wide receiver. Not really good,
Yeah.
but he was projected to be a solid
Yeah.
receiver.
So
So
we got any more rankings?
now let's go to the Super Bowl or bust.
All right, Super Bowl or bust.
Can I start?
Yeah, good.
It got to be the Baltimore Ravens. They are number one. If you don't win it now, when are you winning it? At this point,
I
you're
mean, we said
projected.
that the last 3 years. If you're
Yeah,
not
I know.
winning it, when are you winning?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but every year the roster is great, and what I mean by that, right? There's a couple of things I want to go over. On paper, defense could potentially be a top 5 defense. You have the
I think
MVP.
on paper they could be the number 1 defense.
Yeah, so at least top 5. There. Like I said, they're going to be a minute at least a top 5 defense. You have the best You have the best quarterback running back duo in my mind.
Yep.
You have an MVP quarterback. You have a top 3 quarterback. You have one of the best tight end rooms in the league, if not the best tight end duo in my mind. I can't name a tight end duo that's better.
Nah, there's
This is what Lamar's 9th season, I think it is. Or he's going 9, right?
no, he's been in since 2018, so 5, 6, 7. This is
Okay,
year 8.
year 8 then, right? Funny stat is that Lamar Jackson, and this is not a knock on Lamar. I'm knocking Harbaugh for this, right? Is that in the Lamar Jackson era, he's had 4 top 5 defenses in 7 seasons. So this is a knock on Harbaugh, not Lamar. You have an MVP quarterback in Lamar. We talked about how Lamar, talent-wise, is a top 5 talent all the time. You have had a top 5 defense 4 out of 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all the tangibles to win every year on this, and you're not winning. And now you got Derrick Henry, who is an all-time great running back. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Lamar Jackson had statistically the best quarterback year that we've ever seen. Last year, and you still came up short. What
Yeah.
I don't know what you change to make this team a competitive team. I mean a Super Bowl team. Like you got it. You talk about how you think they got the best roster coming in this year.
Yeah.
I
They do.
mean, and the problem is you're gonna have to start having guys that are gonna start coming up getting paid soon now.
Yeah,
Lightfoot's gonna
that's
have to
that's
get
a
paid.
problem.
Zay's gonna have to get paid. 2 more years, Wiggins is gonna have to get paid. Roquan Smith is gonna get re-upped at some point, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Who says Bateman, if Bateman doesn't have another great year this year, doesn't pull a Terry McLaurin and say, what, I want to hold out for another contract? You know what I'm saying? If he takes that step that you're projecting. And then this is my last thing, too. How many more great years are you going to have with Derrick Henry?
Just I think they just extended them, so they're banking on two.
It's really a 1 year deal at the end of the day because there's majority all guaranteed. So it's really, you're banking on two, but when I look at that contract, it's a 1 year deal. It could
I
be
don't
a
know.
1 year
He
deal.
he keeps himself pretty healthy. That's why I think he will play the two
Yeah, but
if
again,
he can.
if you don't win, who knows how the defense is going to look the following year? Who knows
Yeah,
how
I
the
mean the
receivers are
defense
going to look?
changes every year. It
You know,
seems like, and they can't just keep a chemistry going.
and you win, you dominate all season. This is a coaching problem when the playoffs come. It's a
Yeah,
mixture of everybody, but again, and I do critique Lamar, and it is Lamar deserves a piece of the pie because individually he hasn't done what he needs to do in a lot of moments, in a big chunk of moments in the playoffs. But I also don't understand how it doesn't click once a playoff starts, and that's why I put it more on coaching than Lamar. Lamar does get his piece of the pie because he
yeah,
is
it's the
it's
same thing over and over and over again. And if you're in a job world where customer service, an employee's not doing something, and it just keeps repeatedly happening, and the manager's not doing anything about it, it's just going to keep happening. John Harbaugh is not doing anything about anything.
yeah. And I've said this before. John Harbaugh's coaching style is essentially, excuse my language, fuck it, we got Lamar here, figure it out. He does not coach offensively. He does not add any value to the
I
offense.
don't think he coaches anything really. I think he
Yeah,
just makes sure the coaches are coaching pretty
that's
much.
and then every year it's like we got to blame the coordinator. It's always the coordinator fault when something falls short, not Harbaugh. The common denominator has been Harbaugh. I'm sorry,
Yeah, Tom
Harbaugh got to
Lincoln's
go.
been on his A game, and Zach Orr did suck, and then they brought in Chuck Pagano to kind of help him, and that did help him.
But Zach Orr was a first year coordinator,
Yeah,
so I mean you can't you had to expect that there was going to be some lumps. Harbaugh's been in
I
the
don't
league
know.
now forever now,
I
and this
didn't think.
Harbaugh got to get fired and move to the front office if you don't win this year. I'm sorry. I don't know who you're getting. I don't give a shit who you're getting.
I don't
Something
know.
has to
I
change.
can't do that. I can't do that unless they maybe Todd Monkton can be a head coach.
Dude, you got to figure something out. Something has to change. You can't. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different outcome. Harbaugh is not working. Lamar saved Harbaugh's job. He was on the
He
hot seat
did.
before Lamar. Now he's been riding the coattails of Lamar,
Yeah,
and now riding the coattails is not enough anymore. You again, I talked about it. You had the top five defense 7 years out of 7 years now. 4 times out of seven. You have an MVP quarterback. You have a running back who could have broke the running back record last year. Statistically, the best quarterback season of any quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You have
yeah,
every tool you need to be successful, and and then when you get to the playoffs, it's like the team forgets how to play in
yep,
moments, and it's all of them. It's Lamar. It's the defense. It's this. It's that. It's all everybody in big moments forget to play, and I gotta blame coaching. I mean, there's nothing else I can kind of. I don't know You can't blame Lamar for all of it. You can't blame the defense. It got to be the big chunk is the coaching. There's nothing else to change. What do you change besides the coaching?
They don't change anything besides the coaching. It's the only thing you can change, but it's also very hard to make that change because you can't. There's no replacement.
Well, it's the same Tomlin effect. You're you're slowly starting to become satisfied.
I mean, it's the same thing with Tomlin though. Like, there's no replacement.
I get it.
Who are you gonna replace him with? There's nobody available.
If I'm the Steelers, I'd rather have a bad year than be in the middle of the pack all year, and at least get some high value picks to try to build that roster.
Yeah, but they're Steelers gonna do that.
But again, it's the same thing with Harbaugh. It's like you're satisfied with the 11-12 win season at a minimum. You know what I'm saying? A 1 seed, and then getting knocked out once the playoffs start.
Yeah.
That's not. I'd rather be shitty on. And I always say shitty, but again, we're slowly starting to become the Dallas Cowboys, where it's like every year is our year, and then the playoffs happen, fucking crumble at some point.
Yeah, but we're just like this close.
It's like that every year, though.
This close every year. Yeah. No, I feel you.
So it's boom or bust. It's the Ravens as number one. You have arguably a top 5 defense. You think it could be the best defense. You got an MVP quarterback who's top 3 in the league. You have a top 3 running back. You have the best tight end duo. You know what I'm saying? It got to be the Ravens at 1 Super Bowl bust. Who's your 1?
It's the Ravens. Everything you've said, pretty much. It's just hard to find a replacement for Harbaugh. So it really just don't have a choice but the ride.
You should have got Ben Johnson last year. Fuck it and let Ben Johnson come and try something new. A younger guy.
I don't think Ben Johnson. I think he wanted to go somewhere where he can build. You can't really build in Baltimore. Everything's built.
I guarantee you, if the job opened up for Ben Johnson to come to Baltimore, he's coming to Baltimore.
I don't know, dude.
I think he would have came to Baltimore. But yeah, that's my number 1. Number 2 is the Detroit Lions. For me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're just getting older. Same with the Ravens. Somebody's going to be getting paid soon. Bunch of people. How long can Jared Goff be a quarterback, a top quarterback that he has been?
Because Jared Goff's like 30.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age. Yeah, Detroit's just the window is shutting, and their division's just getting better.
Yeah, and then also Jared Goff will be 31 this year coming in.
Yeah. So in that division, you have essentially the NFC North. Everyone can be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You got Lions, Vikings, Bears, and Packers. I think Packers are more on the lower end on paper because Vikings on paper, especially after what they did last year, have a standard now that they should be good.
Yeah.
Because nothing changed. Their defense just got better. Their defense was great last year. They probably had the best defense in the league last year, but they folded just like the Lions did in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Bears on paper look really good. They have Ben Johnson. Their defense on paper looks great. Their offense on paper looks great. I did read that Caleb Williams is having trouble in training camp, so I don't know where that's going to be. But then Packers, I mean, they're always in it.
I hate the Packers.
It's not that they're
always.
Yes, they're always in it, but they're barely in it. Like Jordan Love's not good. Their wide receiver core is not great because they can't stay healthy. They don't have a running, or no, they do have a running back, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's literally it. That's the only big silver lining for the Packers is Josh Jacobs right now. And even with Josh Jacobs, how much longer does Josh Jacobs keep it up?
Yeah, like he can't carry the load forever.
Yeah, and you have 100 number 2s on the wide receiving core. They're all number 2s. Every last one.
They did get Matthew Golden. I do like the pickup, but he reminds me of a Jameson Williams. He's just going to be a deep threat guy.
Yeah, but who's your number 2? Who would be your number 2?
Uh,
Also with Detroit, you got Aiden Hutchinson coming back. I think
I
Dan
say
Campbell's a good head
I,
coach.
I agree with you. I say Detroit just because their window's about to shut,
Yeah.
and it's about to slam shut. I think if they don't do it this year, they're not doing it for the next 10.
Well, I
Like
mean, I don't know if their window shuts. I mean, I
I
think they
think
have.
it shuts.
I mean, they paid their quarterback and their number one wide receiver already. Jameer Gibbs is going on year 3, so you got at least one more year to kind of finagle money around.
Yeah,
Uh,
but players are getting older.
who's getting older?
The only Jared Goff. Everybody on the team gets older every year.
Yeah, yeah, no shit. That's how life works. But
Yeah.
I'm saying
So,
who's getting like substantially older. Like I said, Jared Goff is getting older, but he's still
yeah.
31. With his play style, he could probably play at a good. If you have a good weapons around you, like Amon-Ra, Jameer Gibbs, and Laporta, right?
Yeah.
Jared Goff would be effective as a quarterback for another 4 to 5 years.
I don't think so.
With his
Not
play
forward
style,
five.
yes. With them weapons for sure. Jameer Gibbs is a 1,500
I
yard
don't think so. I
rushing
think
running back.
he would need a little bit more than that.
Okay.
And besides Amon Ra, who's the wide receiver?
You got Jamison Williams, who's a good number 2. He's a good number 2. You
That
can't
another
name
guy that can't stay healthy. That's
you
all.
can't name 10 number 2 wide receivers that are better.
Yes, I can.
Number 2s, no, you can't name 10.
I can name a rookie that's better.
Who?
The Bucks rookie that's going to take over for Godwin this year.
Okay. All right. Well, you still got Laporta, who we said is still a top 5 tight end.
Yeah.
He's young. Amon-Ra is young. Jameer Gibbs is young. Hutchinson is young. All your core skill positions are young.
And then people are going to have to get paid soon.
Amon-Ra already got paid, and so did Jared Goff.
Not
Hutchinson's on.
Dude,
Hutchinson's
players are
on.
getting paid for 1 year, not 1 year of being good statistically, but players are getting paid 1 year, and then the next year they expect a new contract.
Yeah.
It's becoming a trend.
Amon-Ra's not doing that because he just got paid a big deal. Jared Goff's not doing that because Jared Goff just got paid a pretty big deal. Jameer Gibbs is the only player that has a footing to demand a big deal after 1 year, which is Jameer.
Yeah.
Like Hutchinson can't do that because he was hurt last year.
Yeah.
Laporta, we just talked about it. He took a little bit statistical step back. He can't do it either, even though we know he's a top 5 tight end. So the only player on that roster that I really see that could put their foot down and say, "Hey, I want a contract right now. I'm not playing," is Jameer Gibbs, maybe. Especially if he has another year this year like he did last year.
And also, like I talked about the division, I think the Vikings are running back away from being better than the
Yeah.
Lions. They have a better defense already. They have a better wide receiver core. We don't know what J.J. McCarthy's going to do. I don't think he's going to perform well, but they had Sam Darnold in. We all thought he was going to shit the bed, and he didn't.
I didn't say that. I thought Sam Darnold was going to be great for the Vikings.
Because you like mid quarterbacks. I don't understand it.
I thought he was going to be great.
Mid white quarterbacks. I have no idea what's wrong with you. Bears, on paper, they look good. Caleb Williams has no excuses this year to be bad. In training camp, he's showing that he's not there. So I don't know what's going on with that. And the Packers, they're not good. So really, it's just the Vikings, and the Lions have to pray that the Bears don't click.
Well, I mean, even with Caleb Williams, he didn't have a bad statistic.
He didn't have a bad rookie year. It's just he's projected to be the best.
Yeah, but he ran
quarterback.
for his that O line was horrendous last
Yeah, it sucked. Yeah,
year.
it was bad, but they revamped.
And then
Brand
the
new
coach got
O-line.
fired midseason, right?
Yep.
So I mean, again, everything was kind of stacked against Caleb Williams not to be successful. Keenan Allen started off hurt, didn't he? Or at one point he went a big.
He played one game.
Yeah. So you had DJ Moore, and then
DJ Moore's not bad.
I like DJ Moore a lot.
They got
But
a rookie.
That's all you have.
I like the rookie for this year that they picked up.
Yeah.
Hopefully DeAndre Swift can get it going with Ben Johnson again.
Yeah.
They
drafted a high tight end too, didn't they?
Yeah, Loveland. I like him. I think he's going to be better than Tyler Warren. Yeah. Well, I think he's going to be better.
He's going to take the job from Cole Kmet.
Oh, Cole Kmet's his job's done.
Yeah. So he's going to take the number one job.
And the defense was not bad. The last 2 years, the defense has been pretty good. I think that's the only reason they were kept in games.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, I think just because of that aspect alone, that Detroit's window's about to close.
Yeah.
But number 3, Philadelphia.
Really?
There's a trend for the last 26 years. We've seen it that the division winner for was it the NFC East is never the same.
The conference winner, you mean?
No, the division winner.
Oh, NFC East. Okay, yeah.
So Eagles are not going to repeat as division winners. History tells that.
Who you picking then?
The Commanders. Commanders are going to take the division. They're not going to go to like the Super Bowl, but they're going to take the division. Eagles lost. They did get younger, which is good. But they still have a problem. I still think they have a problem with Sirianni.
Yeah, I think Sirianni's still not a good head coach.
Yeah, I think he got, like I said, that team last year was a super team.
Yeah,
I
he
think
gets
he got
carries.
lucky. He also got lucky that the tush push wasn't banned.
Yeah, but they
Which
also
I don't think you should ban. I don't think plays should be banned. That's stupid.
I don't necessarily think he got lucky that the tush push got banned because that just means Saquon's going to be getting that goal line, and Saquon's still going to get. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be successful at the goal line.
Yeah, but you also don't want to take Saquon and put wear and tear on him if you don't have to.
Yeah.
With the tush push, Jalen Hurts is protected.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole time. Saquon's on the Madden cover.
Yeah.
It's
Madden cover first.
And they also won the Super Bowl, so
Yeah.
the Super Bowl hangover is going to happen. It usually happens.
They're
I just
saying,
feel like the cards are stacked against the Eagles for them to lose this year.
so a lot of the
Like,
Eagles players are saying that they're not going to be Super Bowl hungover from their awards. Like you saw, Jalen Hurts said he didn't even put the ring on yet. He said he doesn't want to put it on until after, which that fits his personality. His personality is like, I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, I hear you. And then also, the division is going to be tough this year, I think.
The division is going to be tough. Cowboys are coming back healthy. Commanders are the Commanders from last year.
And for what it's worth, the Giants are going to be slightly better.
Yeah, right.
They're going to be slightly better.
I don't think so.
Russell Wilson's an upgrade, I think.
He is an upgrade, but by how much?
And then Neighbors is going to be year 2. Neighbors is a hell of a wide.
Like Neighbors. I think that's the only good player on the Giants.
Tracy. Well, you like
I mean, Kayvon.
You like Tracy?
I do, but they brought in Scatabo. They don't believe in Tracy. Tracy did have a fumbling problem last year, so
I think they'll be better. That's what I'm saying. And also, don't sleep fully on Dallas winning the division. They could,
but I just don't think it's likely.
Their offense is going to be loaded this year, I think, receiving wise.
Who do they have?
I mean, they got CD and Pickens, obviously. I think Jake Ferguson's a good tight end.
Yeah.
But I mean, just alone,
another player only played like one game last year. So Ferguson.
Yeah, but again, I think he's gonna coming back healthy. I think he's gonna eat this year just because of how much pressure their wide receiver duo is gonna put on defenses.
Yeah.
Like
their defense is always like in there.
Yeah. You got Micah, you got Diggs, you got guys on the defense that's good too. And say what you want about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. He's not like.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
I don't think he's great.
He's another quarterback that's just getting older.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
I think he's like the oldest out of a lot of the quarterbacks. I think he's like 31.
Yeah, besides obviously
Matthew
Stafford, Russell Wilson, and Rodgers. He's arguably the oldest quarterback.
Yeah.
Franchise face quarterback.
But he's also a quarterback that we watch in the playoffs, and we see the dumb mistakes he makes constantly. especially the last playoff run they did where he grabbed the ball and put it on the line and wouldn't let the ref touch it
Yeah.
because the ref has to touch the ball before they can snap it. And that's what cost them the game.
Yeah. So I'm different with my number 3. You probably won't like this one, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. I think the Rams are Super Bowl or bust this year.
I saw a couple like narratives about that, but I don't. What's Super Bowl bust about them?
So the reason why I say Super Bowl or bust, I again kind of like you said, with Detroit getting older, we don't know what the Rams are going to look like a year or two from now. And what I mean by that, when Matt Stafford is protected, he is arguably a top 5 thrower of the football in the league, and arguably almost a top 5 quarterback. Still,
Do you think he was protected last year?
He was not protected. You saw flashes when he had games where the O line protected him. He could sling the ball really well, right? But when they couldn't, he didn't have the mobility anymore to do it. So I don't know how much longer Stafford's going to play. I think Stafford maybe has another 2 more years left, maybe at best.
Yeah.
And then you got Devontae Adams. Even though Devontae Adams was very effective towards the end of the year with the Jets and still had a good statistical year, he's older as well too.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely let off the load for Puka.
So my point I'm trying to make is that like it all is contingent on that O line. If that O line can stay good this year, I think they have a loaded offense because Devontae Adams is your number 2 behind Puka. Matthew Stafford, we talked about. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but when he's protected, he's still a top 5. He's in that top 5. He could be in that top 5 conversation. He's at least top 10, but he's on the outside of the 5 if he's protected. Like he's anywhere between 5 and 7. I really like Kyron Williams a lot. I think Kyron Williams is going to eat like this because of that.
Yeah, I like Kyron Williams. He's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, running back in the league.
Yeah, and then you got McVay, who's a great head coach. I really like McVay a lot. I mean, I just really feel like this year, like again, you were a pass away from beating Philly last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't sit here and tell me that they, like, I really thought if they got through Philly, they had a puncher's chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just because of the experience versus Washington. So again, if you were on the outside of going to the Super Bowl almost, and you added Devontae Adams in, who is going to be your number 2, who is probably going to be arguably a top 3 number 2 in the league next year. Even with
I don't even think he'll be I think he could be the number 1.
He could be.
He wants the ball when he's on the field.
Yeah.
He could be a number 1. I think when he went to New York, he was definitely the number 1 over Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their defense isn't bad. I do like their defensive line. It's still up there even without Aaron Donald. But, yeah, Matthew Stafford definitely makes a difference because, like we talked about with the coaches, who are you going to replace him with? There's nobody to replace him with. Even their backup quarterback is not great. I like Kyron Williams. I like Puka. I like Adams. They got a new tight end that I like in Ferguson. I guess technically, yeah, they're a Super Bowl bust.
Yeah,
this could be Stafford's last year.
Yeah, or at least his second to last year. At least.
Yeah. I know in training camp he's having trouble staying healthy.
Yeah.
He can't seem to do a full practice without being hurt. So.
Yeah, and then apparently Jimmy G is looking good, but again, Jimmy G is what Jimmy G is. I do think Sean McVay. I don't think you're Super Bowl contenders, but I think you're a competitive team still with Jimmy G. That's how much stock I put into Sean McVay, and then the game management of Jimmy G. I feel like you're so loaded offensively. I mean, again, you got safety nets all over the place.
Yeah,
so,
I don't like Garoppolo.
I don't like Garoppolo either, but I'm not saying you're Super Bowl, but I'm saying you're still a 8 to 9 win season team at least. So yeah, I got the Rams at 3.
Okay.
And then I kind of want to put Buffalo at 4.
See, I'm not putting Buffalo there in this conversation just because there's only one person they have, and it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, but I
They're
mean,
not really worried about anybody else on the team.
but what I'm saying is, he's kind of in a different boat, a similar boat of Lamar, kind of, where it's like, regardless of what you have, you're still making it to the playoffs and making runs.
Yeah.
He's made a little bit more runs in the playoff, I feel like, but again, you keep losing the same way over and over again. And
Yeah.
and then again,
Mistakes.
Allen is getting, again. Everybody's getting older. We're gonna look. We blinked our eyes, and Allen and Lamar are right out of 30 now. We're gonna blink our eyes, and they're gonna be 34 before we know it. And I feel like if you don't win it soon, I don't see how you win it. And Buffalo did a lot of additions. Buffalo's biggest weakness last year wasn't the offense; it was the defense. They, just like the Ravens, they drafted primarily defense and all
Yeah,
high.
but I also can't see Buffalo winning a Super Bowl.
I,
Not with the roster they have.
I couldn't see Kansas City winning the Super Bowl 2 years ago with the roster they had.
Yeah, but they have Andy Reid.
Yeah,
Andy Reid's not Sean. I mean, Sean McDermott's not Andy Reid.
yeah, I get that. But again, we've seen shaky rosters make it to the
And
Super Bowl.
Kansas City's the only team to actually like keep going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like they just keep going. It doesn't matter who's on their team; they just keep going, and we know why. It's because of Andy Reid.
yeah,
I just don't believe any other team can do that
yeah. I get it. I just
with that style roster. And Buffalo has a similar roster, and I just don't see them doing anything.
but they were also like a top 5 scoring offense last year.
You can go ahead, you can have that all day. I
I mean,
just don't think with the roster you have, you're not going to a Super Bowl. And if
yeah,
they would have gone to the Super Bowl against the Eagles, they would have lost worse than the Chiefs did.
they wouldn't have lost worse than the Chiefs.
Yeah, they would have got
No, because
fucked
no,
up.
I'm gonna tell you why. The Bills O line is arguably the best O line in the league.
And the Chiefs defense is better than the
Yeah,
Bills.
but what I'm saying is the Chiefs could not score. Their their O line fell apart. I'm not saying they beat the Eagles. I'm just saying it's
No,
not worse.
I'm saying the Eagles score doesn't. They still drop 40 or 50 on them.
Yeah, but I'm saying is the Bills put up more than 14.
The Bills would have a slightly better fighting chance offensively,
Yeah,
but
but you're just saying that they get beat down worse than the
they
Chiefs.
get
They
they
don't.
get beat down just as bad as the Chiefs would.
I
Or
don't. I
did.
don't think just as bad. I think it's a 14-point game maybe, but the Chiefs lost
Fuck
by like
them.
fucking 30.
Hell no. That all you gotta do is rush Josh Allen. That's it. The Ravens
I,
proved that in the beginning of the
who's
season.
more?
Why they didn't do that in the playoffs, I have no idea.
But we talked about that. Who's more mobile, Patty or Allen? Allen has a
Allen.
better chance of dealing with that. The way they attack the Bills' offense would have been completely different than the way they attacked the Chiefs' offense.
I don't think so. Because
Yes,
the Eagles just rush the quarterback every time. They
but,
don't care.
but it's different once you get to the big game. I
No.
guarantee.
Nope. Not for the Eagles. Nope. They killed the Chiefs. They're gonna kill the Bills the same way.
Okay,
With the
we have
same
to agree.
sword.
We have to agree, disagree on that one. I think the Bills had. I think their O line being as good as they were last year, and the lack of turnovers by Allen, plus that running committee, the Bills have a much better running system than the Chiefs.
Yeah, they do have a better running system, but
So I mean, and then what? And then that helps open up the game more. You need a run game to win.
I don't think James Cook does anything in that game against the
I'm
Eagles.
saying they're
I don't
committing.
think Josh Allen does anything.
He does. He
They
does.
get killed. Buffalo
No,
gets killed by the same sword that the Chiefs got killed by.
no, it's not. It's not as.
His
It's
head
never
gets
nearly as bad.
cut clean off.
It's never nearly as bad. But
It's
we agree to
equal.
disagree on that one. We agree to disagree. I think the O line is a big difference, and
It's a big difference, yes. There's different players on the O line. That's the difference. Just different names. Same outcome.
no. So does the same thing happen to Ravens then?
I think the Ravens probably would not win the Super Bowl, yeah.
Do you think they get beat down?
I don't think they get beat down, no, because overall they have a better team than the Chiefs and the Bills.
I
Why
mean,
they lost, I have no idea.
I know why they lost, but I mean,
It's the coach.
that's part of it. Yes, that's a big part, but there's also a little small thing.
A lot of drops, turnovers. I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, when you give the other
All of them
team,
did it. Pat Mahomes threw what, 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl?
yeah.
Like,
But what I'm saying is, when you give the other team great field positioning every time that's supposed to be your drive, regardless if they get points or not, that's
yeah.
momentum.
I think the same outcome happens for every AFC team that goes into the Super Bowl against the Eagles. They were
Yeah,
just they were
every
destined to
AFC team
win.
loses.
They
And
lose and they get beat down. The Ravens have on paper have a better chance of scoring more points or keeping it
yeah,
close, but I just don't see it happening.
I'm saying the Bills and the Ravens, and I'll put the Ravens in the same conversation, lose
Hmm.
by 14 at the most against the Eagles in the
Yeah, the Ravens, not the Bills. Bills
no,
get killed.
no, they
They
don't
get
get killed.
killed,
They
sliced
don't
by
get,
the same sword.
no, they don't get killed. But okay, that's so I have the Bills. What was that? That was number 4 for me. Yeah. Who do
Hmm.
you have at the 4 spot?
Buccaneers.
I don't hate it. I think Buccaneers have an awesome roster. I really
I
don't think
think the roster is good, but everybody's old as shit now.
yeah,
Everyone. The
yeah,
O line's old. Mike Evans is old. Godwin's probably going to retire.
yeah. Well, Gobbins has
Even
gotten
though he just got paid, he's not playing this year. He's out.
yeah.
Um, Baker Mayfield's old.
Baker Mayfield's not old.
He's in his 30s.
He's
What do you
30
mean?
or 31 maybe.
He's still not.
Baker
He's
Mayfield proved last year that he can be I mean, the last 2 years with Tampa is that he's still got it.
yeah, and he's just getting older, like you
He's
said.
30,
Okay, he's getting older,
so he's a year older than Lamar and Allen.
and the O line's getting older, which means probably the O line's going to collapse more this year.
Yeah, I mean, but again,
The only upside they have is that running back.
you said you like their rookie a lot too. Their wide receiver rookie.
Yeah, I do like the rookie wide receiver they brought in.
Dude, the
I forgot
last
his name.
so last year Baker Mayfield, you got to remember, Chris
Yeah,
Godwin missed a big chunk of the year.
yeah,
Mike Evans missed a chunk of the year.
he missed like 2, 3 games.
No, he missed like 4 games, dude, and then he gets hurt in the Ravens game as well again.
Yeah,
So, but Baker Mayfield, even though the turnovers were big last year, he had 4,500 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, and a rating of 106.
yeah.
He's only getting better with Tampa Bay Bucks.
I don't think he does better than what he did last year.
I don't think he gets better,
I
but
think
I
he
think
hit
he
his
stays
ceiling.
about the same.
I think he hit his ceiling. He might be slightly worse like he was the year prior, but those turnovers.
Yeah, he
He's
had
like, what, 16 picks?
yeah,
That's an interception a game.
yeah. But still, it's crazy. He still had a 106 rating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he can go back to 2023, he was like less than 500 yards short. So he was still over 4,000.
Yeah.
Less touchdowns at 28, but he only had 10 turnovers. And I think that's a really winning football right there. I can see your point about them being Super Bowl buster because they are getting older. Receivers getting older. Baker is getting older, but again, I don't think he's.
I mean, this is Mike Evans' potential last year. And we've seen Baker Mayfield, what he can do with weapons. What are we gonna see when he doesn't?
He showed it last year in stints.
What do you mean? What?
What do you mean? The tight end turns into an elite tight end once them two went down.
Cade Otton's not a bad tight end.
But he turned into an elite tight end once them two went down. And as soon as they came back, then he started giving the ball to them, and Otton went down. My point I'm trying to make is Otton's a good tight end, but again, he looked like an elite tight end once he became the focal point last year.
Yeah.
You can still, dude. Baker has shown you in his career. This is one time I'm gonna advocate for Baker, right? Is that he goes to situations and he wins. Like the Cleveland Browns, right? What I'm trying to say is he turned the Cleveland Browns franchise around. They've been trying to find a quarterback since Baker, right? He went to the Rams midseason, had a win. Carolina, that's a wash. He did terrible at Carolina. Everyone does terrible at Carolina. That's his one bad stint you can give. Then he goes to Tampa, and he's successful in Tampa as well.
Yeah.
When he has more than 1 year with the team, he wins.
I have a hunch it's not going to pan out the same way.
Yeah,
he has the weapons this year, which that's why I think he's Super Bowl bust. I think next year he's not going to have the weapons. I don't think Mike Evans plays another year after this year. I don't think Godwin is going to be in the league much longer. He just keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
it's going to turn into a Mike Williams situation. He's going to retire early, even though he
Yeah.
just got a fat contract. He's not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
The O line's just getting older. I don't think they picked up anybody new.
Well, their defense is getting really good.
Their defense has gotten good, but it's
Sure.
certain points are they're getting older. Vita Vea is older.
Yeah.
Um, Antoine Winfield Jr. He's
Yeah.
getting older, and you
But
got to start finding these replacements. If
and
they can keep, and if the coach can keep doing that, front office can keep getting these replacements in, bringing new players in that can fit their chemistry, then okay. But right now they're a Super Bowl bust.
the coach has done great things with that team, I think, defensively, and I think they got a good coach. They're still in a sorry ass division. That division's not getting great
Yeah,
right now.
and they're
Like,
barely winning their division. Like,
yeah, I know, but again, they had games last. Well, first off, they had some big tough games last year.
dude, they got waxed by Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Twice.
yeah. Them losing them games really hurt. They had a lot of injuries, like we talked about. When you lose your number one and number two wide receiver at the same time in certain moments, you're not going to be successful. Name a team besides maybe the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs that can lose their one and two at the same time and still be successful out of it.
That comes down to the quarterback.
No, what I'm saying is he's not in that top three conversation, but I still think Baker Mayfield's good enough. I think he's a fringe top 10 quarterback right now after last year.
Yeah, I think he's like 10, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's 10 to 12. I can see your point with them being boomer bust, Super Bowl bust. I agree with that. But again, to say that like Baker's almost done, that's I can't agree with that one. So, and that's
Ravens, Eagles, Rams, and honestly, I mean the Chiefs are up there.
Yeah,
their division keeps getting better.
Mm-hmm. And then they're getting older. Kelsey's getting older.
Mahomes is getting older.
And
he showed a huge decline last year.
Well, he's shown a decline the last 2 years, really.
Yeah, but this one was like, holy shit, who are you? You're not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. And then you still haven't found – you don't have a run game, in my mind.
No run game.
Your receivers are still kind of – I think Rashee Rice, if he can stay healthy, and again, it's all about ifs. I think Rashee Rice can be a really good wide receiver. He's shown when he's healthy, he's really good. But you have to stay healthy. What's your biggest asset is availability, and if you're not available, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you might as well not even show up.
Xavier Worthy has upside. You have upside players more so on the receiver side.
And they have a rookie wide receiver that they picked up. They're saying that he's probably going to be getting a lot of first team reps.
Yeah.
Their offensive line's always been good.
Yeah, and their defense will always be good too.
Their defensive coordinator, they have the best defensive coordinator in the league. That's why.
Yeah. But again, I do like they are boomer bust too because you lose a lot of these key players, and you don't have answers and like you're going to lose Kelsey sooner than later.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think Kelsey has a huge decline this year compared to last year. Like he could probably have the same season, but but he is getting older. He's going to retire soon. He's been in the league way longer than Patrick Mahomes has.
Yeah, he's older. So I mean, he's not going to last forever. So and then, like you said, the division's getting better. I think the Raiders are going to be sneakily decent this year too.
They're going to be sneaky.
They're not going to be a playoff contention, I don't think, but they're going to upset a few teams and make some games tough.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Chargers are the Chargers, Denver's are Denver. So I mean, it's all.
Yeah, as long as Jim Harbaugh is a coach of a team, that team's going to the playoffs.
Yeah. So.
Denver, Sean Payton's doing a great job in Denver. I mean, that division's just getting tougher for them, and the Raiders are on the come up.
Yeah, and you saw what Pete Carroll said at his conference, right? And they're like, so what do you – they said something along like, how do you think this season is going to be for your team? And he's like, well, I always win anywhere between 9 to 10 games. That's a given. So, I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with him. His head coaching style is great, and there's a
Yeah.
reason he's been to the Super Bowl more than one time and has a ring.
Yeah. So I really see a lot of upside from the Raiders this year. So again, yeah, I'm whole with you. I think Kansas City is a win or Super Bowl bust this year too. That'd be my top 5, I guess.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else who would be a Super Bowl bust though.
Yeah, that's it. I think that'd be kind of it. You can maybe make an argument with Dallas because again, Dak
Nah,
is getting older. I'm gonna tell you
I
why.
don't.
Only
Even, I
because,
don't. They just suck.
well, I mean, you went and got arguably a best wide receiver duo in the league. They
George
could be,
Pickens is not good.
but they could pan out to be the best. George Pickens is arguably
He
a top
sucks.
5 number 2.
Fuck no. Hell no.
What are you talking about?
No.
You see what Pickens has done with mediocre quarterbacks. Like, are you serious?
His buns.
I'm not saying he's great, but I'm just saying as a number 2, he's arguably a top 5 number 2.
I don't
What are
like
you
him.
talking? Dude, he had 1,100 yards with what's his name? Who's the quarterback before Russ again? Why am I drawing a blank? Kenny Pickett.
Did he have 1,100, Kenny?
Yeah, he had 1,140 and 5 touchdowns. He had 1,100 yards off of 63 receptions.
Okay.
That's pretty solid.
What did he do last year?
Last year he had 900 yards off of 59.
And he had Russell Wilson.
And Russell Wilson.
And
Again,
he's better than Kenny Pickett.
Dak Prescott at this point of his career is still better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And a landslide better than Pickett's. He's almost arguably a landslide better than Russell Wilson at this point.
Yeah, I agree with
So,
that.
I mean, and then Pickens was the number 1. So the number 1 corner is covering it every time. Guess what's going to happen with CeeDee Lamb? They're going to have to double CeeDee still.
Yeah.
So that's going to open up Pickens so much.
I don't know, dude. I don't like Pickens.
Hear me now. Pickens has 1,000 yards this year. 1,000
No.
yards, 5 touchdowns.
He could probably get 5. He's not getting 1,000 yards.
He's getting 1,000 yards.
Not happening.
He with 17 games in the season now, he is getting 1,000 yards. He probably only going to play 16 because I do think Dallas is going to mess around and have like 11 wins this year or something, and they're either going to have the division clinched or a playoff spot clinched by that last week.
All right, so do you believe that the Eagles are going to win their division this year? Given the history of the last 20 plus years, you think the Eagles can still win their division again?
Yes, because if you're telling me that you don't like Pickens, all right, even though A.J. Brown's not as good as CeeDee Lamb, as a wide receiver duo, they have a better wide receiver duo. They have arguably the best running back in the league. They have I think they do have a better defense too. I think they got names on Dallas's defense, and I'm not a big Diggs guy. I think Diggs is honestly the most overrated cornerback in the league. And then Washington, I don't think they have the tangibles. I still think it's Philly's division to lose, and I think Philly wins it.
You want to put some money on that?
I'll put $20 on it.
All right, $20. $20. Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are going to take the division. They haven't done it in 20 plus years. It's not going to happen today. I mean, it's going to happen, but I don't think it's this year.
Yeah, no.
Madden curse with Saquon. Saquon's not going to stay healthy all year. He's probably going to tear his ACL week 1.
No.
He's done it before. He's done it twice.
Again, I think their team is so loaded still, even with losing players.
If they lose Saquon, they're not going anywhere.
Huh?
It's not happening. If they lose Saquon Barkley, they are not going anywhere.
Well, no shit.
Like that's the reason they went to the Super Bowl.
I'm not banking on Saquon getting hurt next year. I don't think that's going to happen.
I think Saquon gets hurt, or he has a down year.
Yeah.
He's not having the year he had last year. It's not happening. He had the best year of any running back ever.
Again,
he's not
even
having
this year. Even Jalen Hurts is not on the same level as Lamar and Allen from a dual threat standpoint. He still is a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, but Saquon's not having the same year he had last year.
I don't know if he has the same year, but You tell me right now you don't think Saquon? Obviously, again, you're projecting to get hurt, but I'm not. If he stays healthy all year, he's not 1,700-yard rushing running back still. If he's healthy,
Saquon's not staying healthy.
but again, just take away the non. You don't think he's getting healthy, but say that 1% chance he does stay healthy in your mind.
I think he has a down year.
He's gonna have a down year, but you don't
Yeah.
you don't think he'll still get 1,700 yards? Anywhere between
1,700 yards, what total or rushing?
I think rushing.
No,
You don't think so? What do you think his ceiling is next year for rushing?
only about like 1,450. If he's like in it, but I don't think he gets. I'm not high on the Eagles.
Yeah. No. Okay.
As a whole, I think they're going to fold. They will probably make the playoffs. They don't win their division, and they're going to be lucky to even win a playoff game.
Okay. I could see them not winning. I could see them winning only one playoff game, but I don't buy the whole them not winning the division.
If they have to play the Rams or the Bucks again in the playoffs, they don't win.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough games.
But I just don't see
They
them
match
doing
up poorly. They match up poorly against them. I agree.
And Commanders are right behind them on talent. And
I wouldn't say that.
JD5 is going to be when it's all said and done, he's going to be a way better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I agree.
He has a better arm and he's a better runner. That's it. The only thing Jalen Hurts has on JD5 is years of experience.
We'll see. I'm projecting JD5 to be great. But again, anything could happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. That's why I said the Saquon's gonna die on the field next year, and the Eagles' season's gonna be over.
Yeah,
because he's the only reason that they are going to go to a Super Bowl if they go.
Yeah. So, real quick, let's go to the Ravens real quick. Let's go back to the Ravens before we start on this stream. What do you think? Do you think Lamar's going to win multiple Super Bowls, or do you think his ceiling at this point is one?
I think he can win multiple Super Bowls. The reason I'm gonna tell you that is John Elway, Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Guys
they all won those leagues.
that were old as hell and still won multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So I don't think age plays a factor on how many Super Bowls you go to. I think it's just a team standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamar, talent-wise, is definitely has more abilities than those two.
Yeah. Might be you might not like this take, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think you have to, for you to win multiple, I think he's gonna have to win his first one in the next 3 years.
I think it's gonna have to be this year.
You think so? So you think if he doesn't win it this year, he doesn't win multiple?
No, I think if he doesn't win it this year, it's going to be a long time before he wins one, and it's probably going to be like around the time he has to retire, or is on the potential of retiring. Because I don't think Lamar. We lost you.
Yeah, you hear me?
Back.
Yeah.
All right, so I think he has to win it this year to win multiple because of how the team's laid out right now.
Yeah.
I think if you do take away John Harbaugh, it is going to hurt this team a lot, disciplinary-wise, because the way the Ravens run their camps are like a military-style camp, and these players are disciplined. So when you're preaching like fire Harbaugh, he does more than just make sure people are doing what they're supposed to do. There are coaching aspects that he does great at, and that is disciplinary. And if you don't have that, the whole team's going to fall apart. So what I'm trying to say is if you put Lamar Jackson in a different environment, it's not going to be good. It's never good for any player going to a new environment.
Yeah. I agree. Um, I think you have to win one this year, too, within the next 3 years. But I do see the next 2 years more so because again, I don't.
He's
You
never
don't
get
find
Derrick Henry. Like
you're not going to get
it's
another Derrick Henry.
yeah,
Like,
like we are set up to win.
and-
Like I said, the Ravens were not winning last year. It was the Eagles' year to win. They were stacked. They were playing the best football ever. They played against each other in the regular season, and they both were. It was a chess match.
yeah,
Like because they both teams sucked, and the Eagles ended up coming out on top.
yeah, and
But I just don't. The Ravens weren't winning it last year. They can win it this year, and if they can, then that's Lamar's window to win multiple Super Bowls.
yeah, I agree. And I think again, is this is not discrediting or anything. Derrick Henry was a big key to the success last year. I don't know how.
No, yeah, I think so, and I think
And
I don't think it's so much Derrick Henry. I think it's the idea of Lamar and Derrick Henry as a
yeah,
duo
but I also
because you didn't know who was going to run the ball.
yeah, but I also think Derrick Henry also like I don't think I think Lamar has a really good year still, but I don't think statistically he is as great as he was last year. I
No,
don't
yeah,
think he.
so they complement each other.
Yeah, they complement very well. So I mean, and then this is my last thing I want to say too. I really want to see Lamar win one sooner than later because you don't. We have to be safe to assume that by age 35, right? Lamar's not going to be as mobile. Like I
Yeah,
don't think he's not going to have the possibility of having 1,000 yard rushing and a 4,000 yard passing season. He's going to get more and more to that traditional pocket passer, right? And the point I'm
yeah,
going to
they
with
all
this
do.
is the point I'm going to is that like you want him to win one now so you can show that his play style is a championship level play style.
Yeah,
Because that's always been like you can't win playing that way.
I
And
mean,
I
we
don't
just
want to
saw
see him.
the quarterback win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't want to see him
So
win
it's
one
not possible.
towards the end of his career where he's more of a pocket passer than a dual threat quarterback. Because then you're going to have everyone say, "Well, see, look, you can't win as a dual threat."
Yeah,
So that's my kind of take, and I agree. He needs to win one in the next. I think in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of could see if he doesn't win one in the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know if he wins one in general. Like if he doesn't win one by year 10 or 11, it's going to be tough because you have a lot of young talent coming up now.
yeah,
Um, everything just gets faster. Nothing is not going to get slower. Um, and I think your mobility is going to start going down a little bit by year 11 to 12. I think
yeah.
I think by year 11 or 12, he's not going to be as mobile.
No, no, I don't think so either.
You're starting to see it now a little
It
bit.
just it just happens. It comes with the age. I mean, everybody. You could be as athletic and as healthy as you can be. If you're 35 years old, I'm sorry, you're not running the same 40 time you ran when you were 20.
Yeah, and then you're also going to have 26-year-olds chasing after you. And
Yeah,
your obviously speed's going. Obviously, like your speed goes down, but the league stays as fast.
yeah,
The league won't slow down. So
yeah. The league's not going to slow down. But yeah, I think we covered all our topics for today.
yeah,
So you want to close this out?
so I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna go ahead and you can close this on out.
All right. Well, thank you to all 31 viewers for viewing today. We haven't streamed in a while. This is kind of, I believe this is going to be the first episode that kicks off the season for the NFL. Definitely going to be hearing from me and Matt more. Um, Probably hearing from Brian more too, and possibly Timmy. They're not here today, but you'll. I've been getting more active on X. We're more active on Instagram. We're just trying to get back into it. It's been a long a long NFL offseason.
Yeah,
Even with the NBA and MLB on, the NBA kind of is just not the same league it was a couple years ago.
no,
It's not entertaining. MLB, it's entertaining, but it baseball is just a hard sport to really get into.
That's
Obviously, we're
just
Orioles fans, and we're not having the greatest year, but it's just not a popular sport to talk about like football is.
yeah. I think the other problem with MLB talking wise about it is that like there's so many games and so much change on a regular
Yeah,
basis. It's really not like until the end of the season going into the playoffs is when it's like you can switch positions easily throughout the year.
yeah,
Versus NFL where it's like, if you're a front runner in the division by a couple games by week 7 or 8, there's a good probability you're going to finish winning that division.
yeah,
So
yeah. So hopefully, this is the first of many for the rest of this football season coming up, and I think this is a good way to begin it.
yep.
So I'm Dave,
I'm Matt.
and we are Brews and Ball. We will see y'all next time.
See you guys.